Look, I'll get you your money. I miscalculated, okay? That's all I did. I just miscalculated.
Did you miscalculate how much you use in kneecaps?
Look, how was I supposed to know nobody wanted sword attachments for their handguns, okay?
Mr. Stewart, it's a gun. If you have a gun, you don't need a sword.
But what if there's ninjas?
Well, Mr. Stewart, lucky for you, the United States military will buy anything. So, we sold the sword attachments, but you'll have to pay the taxes.
I have to pay the taxes? You sure you don't want to just kill me?
Big E, the Finance Geek.
There are only two things certain in life: death and taxes. I think that was a quote by Will Smith from the hit film Bad Boys 2. The point is that taxes are something that everybody living in a modern society has to pay, unless you're a libertarian. Now, taxes don't necessarily need to be bad, but the trick is managing them correctly, so you don't get hit with a massive tax bill when you don't expect it. That especially goes for anybody that has a business. You see, if you have a business, there is no employer to withhold taxes or calculate them for you. That is why it's so important to manage them as a business owner, because nothing slows down a business like a recently divorced IRS agent with summons. Now that might already sound bad enough, but just like Super Babies 2, Baby Geniuses 2, it gets worse.
Mr. K to the rescue.
That was great.
Hey, Mr. K, that's all we have right now. Next time you call, it'll be done.
The IRS barely gives any education on how it works. Makes you calculate what you owe on your own, even though they already know what you owe. And if you're wrong, they make you pay a hefty fine. Luckily, your finance aficionado is here to give you some tips for your business tax time. Think of taxes as a business owner like defusing a bomb. If you cut the right wires, you can breathe a sigh of relief. But cut the wrong one, and everything can blow up in your face, leaving you a charred, vanquished flesh smear. Smear. Probably shouldn't be smiling right now. Now, if you're a seasoned business owner, you may have already learned about some of the things I'm going to be going over. I'm going to be going over good habits and tricks to use when you're getting started that will benefit you while you build the business. So I'm talking primarily to new business owners. Another group that these habits will appeal to are makers, artisans, and people that sell goods. If you sell something and pay taxes on what you make, congratulations, you're a business owner. Wait. Are you telling me that I owe taxes for selling my self-portraits? Yeah, you make self-portraits? Let me see your work.
Oh my God! Why would you drive yourself doing that? People pay you for that?
Whatever you owe in taxes, it's not enough. So during tax season, how does it work? How do I prepare? Well, for starters, there's a lot of things that you should do before tax season, as well as when you're going about doing taxes. You want to make sure you track everything. How much you make, as well as how much money you spend to make the money. Now, how much money you spend is called expenses, and they can help you out in tax time. Now, when you actually go do your taxes, there are two main options. You could do it yourself, or you could have a CPA, a certified public accountant, or any other tax professional to do it for you. You'll also need a couple of important items. One of the most important pieces of the puzzle is called a Form 1099. This is a form that the IRS has companies use to have a record of how much income a business makes. If you use a service like PayPal to collect payments, then that service will issue a 1099 to you that you will then use as part of filing your taxes. Think of the form like a report card of income. And the better grade, or the more income you make, the more taxes you pay. Yay? Should you do it, or a tax professional? Luckily these days, there's a lot of good tools out there that make it pretty easy to file your own taxes. TurboTax is one of the best, but there's many other options as well. So if you don't have a lot of expenses, complicated moving parts, or several different sources of income, then it could be a pretty good idea to file your taxes yourself. Now, there's a couple of big reasons why a tax professional might be worth the money. First, if you don't have a lot of time. Second, if you have employees or more complicated business operations. Third, if you have a lot of expenses or are unsure if you're deducting as much as you can, then it's time to enlist a tax professional. It's like playing Uno versus playing Warhammer 40K. Uno is an easy to play game. You just pick it up and play. And Warhammer, I don't even know what that is. If you're playing Warhammer, it's probably a good idea to play with somebody who has experience playing the game. So what are some good habits you can do now in preparation for your taxes? I'm glad you asked. First, get organized. It can be something as simple as a spreadsheet or advanced as hiring somebody to do your books. Another good tool for organizing at a pretty cheap price is QuickBooks and many other good options. However, at the very least, start a spreadsheet and begin tracking everything. Everything. I'm talking about sales, expenses, how much shipping costs, chupacabra killings, everything associated with your business. Separate things into two main categories. Revenue, how much money you bring in, and expenses, the money you spend. Trust me, it might seem tedious, but will save you a ton of time for tax season. Second, get into the habit of saving for taxes. Decide on a percentage. 10 to 20% is usually a good range. Get into the habit of taking out that percentage and put it into a savings account. That's you withholding your own taxes. This habit will make sure that you don't get hit too hard in taxes and benefit you greatly in the future. It's like throwing a chicken in the path of a lion. It'll keep them happy and off your scent for a bit. So make sure you get away. You'd rather have a lion with a full belly than a hungry one coming after you. Third, explore enlisting the help of a tax professional. You don't necessarily need to year one, but at the very least, have one in your back pocket for when you really need one. It's like using Rotten Tomatoes before seeing that movie. You know, like Baby Geniuses too. It could save you money to consult with someone who's been there before. Trust me, you don't want to see that movie. That's our show. Thanks for watching. And remember, a tax professional isn't a TurboTax, but a tax professional is a TurboTax. Because paying for their services can more quickly get you to where you want to go. We'll see you next time. That's our show. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider following. And if you think we can assist you in any of your financial endeavors, please feel free to contact us. Our information is in the description below. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.